Hello, all you wonderful and fabulous people. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for some more of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. So, y'all, this is going to be a very busy episode, I think. We are right at the first quarter of 1347. And if you remember what I said about 1347, it is wartime again. So we basically have to roll to see who's going to be going off to war and move them out accordingly. So we have to go through our entire family, our side families, our main family, all of our Sims that we have. And we have quite a few of them. I have just spent like the last 6 hours cleaning up my spreadsheet. And what I mean by that is I have been busy, really busy in real life. So I haven't had the time to take like I should with the spreadsheet. And I've gotten behind on people who are supposed to have died or aged up or whatever when it comes to the side families. I've basically only been taking care of our main family here, with the addition of our immediate sides, which would be like Cecilia, Richard, and Roger, those here in this world. I've been kind of taking care of those, but even with them, I've gotten behind a little bit. So I went through all of our extended family, which would be Thomas and Avis Brown's, all of their kids, and their kids' kids, and then Peter and Alice's, all of their families. I've changed the spreadsheet on how I'm looking at it, and it makes a bit more sense to me to keep everything straight in my mind. This challenge has a lot of stuff, okay? If you've been playing with this challenge, you may have figured it out by now, but there are a lot of Sims you need to keep track of. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take you over to my spreadsheet and I'm gonna show you and kind of explain things, and we're gonna go ahead and roll for every male Sim we have between our side families and our main families. Okay, so in here, this is the rules. It says in 1347, we have to roll a 4-sided dice for any male teen to adult Sim to see if they head off to war again. We have to do this for all of our Sims, even your side households, even if they were enlisted once before. So if your Sim rolls a 4, then they go to war and must move out of your Sim's household to the war camp, and they'll be there for 5 years. So we're gonna start with our side families here. So I have cleaned it up. As you can see, we have a lot of Sims, y'all. I counted them up. We have 44 side Sims that we have to deal with. So here is Thomas and Avis's Brown's family. So these are all the kids that they had, right? So they had only adopted the one daughter, Ida, but I'm still counting her in on this. So that's where we're going to start, is with her. So I went through my game and I went to each Sim. It's quite interesting, as I will point out as we go, but it's interesting to see how my game has kind of moved them out and done things with them. So this is what I've got. So Ida here is the oldest. She was the first that they had kind of taken in. She was a neighbor's kid down the road, if you remember, and she was abandoned basically, and so they kind of took her in. So she actually moved out and she did marry Chester Grossman here. So Grossman, they're both adults. We do need to do a death roll for him to see how many days he's living, because he is close to the end of his adulthood. So we're going to first roll for him and his end of life roll, and then we'll see if he's going to go off to war. So we're going to go ahead and start with him first. Let me get my dice roller here. Okay, so we have this is a 10-sided dice. This is the die that you use to see how many days they get to live. Their end of life. It's their end of life roll. So I do believe he is like at 40 days. I will double check whatever he's at. I'm pretty sure though he is at like day 40 out of 40. It just happened to be that's what it was when I popped in there. So we'll go ahead and roll and see how many years. This is not days. If I've been saying days, I apologize now. This is in years. So this would be 9 years. So we're going to see. We'll have to multiply that by 4. So we'll go ahead and roll first here. This is for Ida's husband, Ida Brown, now Grossman's husband. So he got 3 years. So that is a total of 12 sim days. So I will add that to my spreadsheet. Now we will bring up the 4-sided dice, which is this one, and we'll get rid of that one. And we're going to go ahead and roll it. I don't count that first roll as the roll. But anyway, so we're going to roll it. If he gets a 4, he'll be going to war. And he got a 2, so he will not go to war. That means he will get to die in the comfort of his own home instead of at war. Because 12 sim days, you're in war camp for 20, right? 4 times 5 is 20. So he would have, if he had gone to war, he would have died in the war due to his age. But he is not going to war, so I will take that off. Okay, so I just put in here that he gets 12 sim days and he didn't go to war. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next one, which is going to be Maggie, which is their first biological daughter. She's actually the first single, the only child. They had triplets right after her. So Maggie got married to Milo. I don't know how you say this last name, but that is the sim that she got married to. And he is an adult, and we will need to roll for him to go to war. So let's see if her husband is going to be going to war. And he is not going to go to war. So moving on. So Edith is the firstborn of the triplets, and she's a young adult. She has not married yet. She is living with Maggie. These 3 actually are living with their elder sister. So yeah, she is all by herself. And Thomas, the second, who is the middle child of the triplets, is also living there and is a young adult. So we will need to roll for him to see if Thomas is going to go off to war here. So let's see. And he will not be going to war. I feel like maybe we should have started with our main family sims. We're getting all low numbers here. All right. And then Yvette, of course, she's a female, but she is the last of the triplets. And she is also, these 3 are just not marrying. They just decided to pack it along and go with their older sister. And they're all living in San Myshuno in a tiny apartment. All right, then moving on to Peter and Alice's family. So this is all the kids here that Peter and Alice had. They had 6 kids. The firstborn was Joan. Now, Joan we should have rolled for her a little while ago. So we do need to do a death roll for her. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick here. So we'll get rid of this dice. And we'll get our 10-sided dice back. Here it is. How many years does Joan have left? And she has 8 years. So she's got 32. I will subtract the days that she's gone past because I believe she has. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain she has gone past. I will be double checking all of that. But she got 8 years, which means 32 sim days. We'll get back our 4-sided dice, this one here. All right, so the next one is of her family, Joan and Ralph. Now, Ralph passed on when she married him when she was pretty dang young. She was a teenager. She married him, and I believe he was already an adult. He's been gone for a while now. I'm not sure when he died, but he's been gone for a while. This is currently her husband right here. She got remarried, but I do need to roll for her husband. Earl Alto is who she ended up marrying. Her second husband. So he's an adult. So we'll go ahead and roll for him. Is Earl going to be going to war? And he is not as well. All right. Her and Ralph, before he passed away, they had Estridge, who is an adult, a young adult. And then they had Warren, who is a young adult. So we need to roll for Warren. Will Warren be going? And he will not be going to war either. What is this? I think this dice is weighted. I'm like so shocked. We have rolled 5 times and nobody's going to war. Okay. So then we have Nigel Elderberry, who Joan had from a relationships of some sort. Her father is Messiah Bailey, but he's just a toddler, so we don't need to roll for him. And then we had Catherine. So Catherine actually never got married. She's an adult, and I did finally I moved her into the monastery, the convent, however you want to say it, with Juliana and the other nun. So there's now 3 of them living there. So then the next one is Clarice. Clarice is the 3rd child of them. So Clarice ended up marrying Winston Bergersen. I'm probably not saying that correctly, but she married him. They're both adults. He's a bit older than her, but we do need to roll for her husband. We also have to do his death roll, so that means he must be really close or right at 40 days. So we'll go ahead and do the death roll first, which is the 10-sided dice. So we'll go ahead and see how many years he has left. And he has 8 years, so that is 32 sim days. And then we will roll for war. And we got a 3, so he is not going to war. All right, the next up is Clarice's younger brother is living with them. They have not had any kids, but her younger brother is there with them. And he is a young adult, so we'll roll for Samuel Atwood. He was the last of the family. So he was well after Leoric and just after Juliana. He is the baby of the family. So will Samuel Atwood be going to war? And he is not going to war. What the heck, you guys? This is silly. All right. I mean, if they don't go to war and die, the Black Death is going to get them, right? So Leoric here has had a complicated life here. He's the only one we're rolling for out of the war, out of these. As you can see, they're all women or children or infants. But I just wanted to quickly explain here that Leoric, he moved out of his parents' house and he got with this lady. They never got married, but they did have 2 children, a boy and a girl, who I'm probably going to change their names on later. But then he got a second lover, and he had 2 more children with them. Now, if you look at their birth dates, yes, I figured out their birth dates, except for the ladies. I didn't figure out his lover's birth date, just his children's birth date. So his firstborn child would have been Rashad in 1336. His next one would have been Lakeisha in 1337. So he literally got this Lyric Bailey pregnant first. And then he popped over and got Erica LeBlanc pregnant. Then he went back to this first lover here, and they had a daughter, Amy. And then he got with this one, Erica, and had Michael. This man has been back and forth between these 2 lovers. He actually only got married to Cassandra, his current wife, who is an adult, as he is an adult, and they have had just 1 child who is now an infant. So let's see if good old Leoric here is gonna go to war or not. And he is. All right. Of course, the father with all these small children is got to go to war. All right. So I've just put in there that he is going to war. So I'm just going to make this a red so it can stand out a little bit better to me. All right. So that was Leoric. And then out of this family, the next one was Juliana. And Juliana has not had any children yet. So this is not our Juliana. This is Peter and Alice's daughter. So she married Isaac Bergersen, and I feel like somebody else married a Bergersen. Clarice, they married from the same family, y'all. We're gonna roll for Isaac to see if Isaac is going to war. And he is not going to war. So now that is like our not our immediate side families. It's like our side of our side families, kind of. So now we get into James and Isabel's kids. And so we're going to start with Cecilia. So Cecilia here got married to Simon, right? So we're going to need to, by the way, they only have 3 baby attempts left. We'll be trying if he goes off to war right this day. But I do also have to do a end of life roll for Simon. He is a little bit older than Cecilia. Cecilia's getting close. I think she's 36 out of 40, whereas he is 38 out of 40. So let's go ahead and see how many days this man is going to have left. And he's got 7 years left. So that makes him have 28 sim days. Okay, and now we're gonna see if he's going off to war or not. And he is not going off to war. Their first children born were twins. She had Ellis and Mabel here. Ellis is a young adult, so we're gonna roll and see if Ellis is going to war. And he is going to war. All right, so far we have 2 Sims going to war out of all of these that I have done so far. The next male in the family is Colin. That was their second pregnancy. He is currently 18. And so we're going to see if Colin is going off to war. And he is not going to war. And so then the other ones are too little. We have Nicholas, who is a child, and we have Rohan, who is a toddler. And this is their newest baby. I don't think I've mentioned this, but they have just had a little girl. She's an infant, so she was born at the end of 1346. So Mabel here, she did get married. She married Ivan Lentz, who is an adult. He is a little bit older than her. So we need to roll and see if her husband is going to war. And he will not be going to war. So moving on, we have Richard and Marietta. So Richard, we need to roll. Is Richard going to go to war? He is. He did not escape the draft this time. He has to go. All right. Their kids are all too little. I mean, they've got 3 children, 2 children and a toddler. So then we go on to Roger here. And we have to roll for Roger, who still has 6 baby attempts. They've only had the 1 child who is an infant. Is Roger going to go to war? And he is not going to war. Okay, so that is all of our side families. So we had 15 males on our side family, and only 1, 2, 3 of them are going to war. 3 out of 15 are going to war. Wow. So here we have Edric. That's all we have. Is Edric going to go to war? Oh my God, thank God he's not going to war. Oh, I thought for sure he was going to have to go. All right, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, I could just jump for joy right now. Okay, so I wanted to show you here on the whole timeline, this spreadsheet. And so we are right here on Saturday, 1347. And when I go over to here, I see that we're supposed to do a roll for a death roll for Cecilia as well. I just didn't mark it down in my other sheet. So we're going to go ahead and roll for her really quick here and see how many years, I got to get in the habit of saying that, how many years Cecilia is going to have left. So let me get my handy dandy dice roller back here. And we need a 10-sided dice. This one, not that one. And okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll this. How many years will Cecilia have left? And she has 1. She has 1 year. Are you serious? So she has got 4 sim days. She will end up passing away in 1348, right when the plague hits. Oh my goodness. She's literally gonna die when the plague hits. I'm real curious to see if she's dying in 1348. Let's see how old she will be at that time. Okay, so Cecilia was born in 1307. Simon is actually just a year older than her. So she's born in 1307. She's going to die 1348. That'll make her 41 years old when she passes away. Her mother, Isabel, was 38 when she passed away. and her dad was 42. Okay, we are here at Cecilia's house. We have to actually move Ellis out. But I realized right after I rolled for her, she gets a year left to live. So she has 4 sim days. That's on top of her already lived 40 days. Now, she's not at 40 days. I forgot. She's at 36. So she actually has 8 days total. She still dies during the Black Death, but it's not the first quarter. She'll be dying like the third quarter, I think, or something. I'll figure that out. So let me go ahead and set this. I'm going to add in 4 more days. So she would actually be 32 out of 40. And then once she's 40 out of 40, we'll have to let her pass away. So we're going to set her age to 32, or no, yeah, 32. There we go. So that should give her 8 sim days total. Yes, it does. So Cecilia actually, I just went and jotted down when she dies. She actually dies the last quarter of 1348. So it is still during the Black Plague. So because she's going to be dying, I don't know that I need to roll for her for that during that, because she's already going to be dying. So I guess just to see sooner, maybe? I don't know, but she's not going to make it through the Black Death. We know this already. We do need to move Ellis out of the house, so we're going to go ahead and move him out. Okay, so here we are at the good old war camp. Isn't this nice? We have it's dark. It's dark. It is 3 in the morning. We have Ellis here, and we have Leoric over here. So this is Leoric. He is getting himself something to eat. And then we have over here, Richard Atwood is sitting here. That's all that had to come out of how many did I roll for? All right, so let me pause this. We are back with them. I am so grateful that we have at least 4 sim days with Edric before the Black Death happens. So that still gives us time. We could possibly have a baby. So we're technically supposed to wait a day before we try for a baby after having a baby. So she had just had little Annabelle on Friday night, and it is just Saturday morning. So it's not quite been a full Sims day, but you know, it's close enough for me. And we have exactly 4 sim days. I really want to see if she's going to get pregnant or not. So I am going to have them go ahead and try for a baby and then send them all off to bed here. Okay, so they won't try for a baby because they're too depressed. So that's just not going to happen. So I'm just literally going to have them go to sleep. They are too depressed. Once they're out of that, maybe we'll try. But they're too sad right now. So I'm just going to have them all go off to bed here. Okay, it is 8 in the morning, and I'm gonna have Edric get up here. He's pretty much all the way rested and get himself around for the day, and then he's gonna have to get to taking care of his horse. He's doing pretty good. His fun is good, social is good, hygiene is good. His hunger is excellent, and his energy is excellent. But we do have this goat that is not happy at all and is filthy. So we're gonna take care of him really quick. Let's bottle feed this one and clean this one. Annette is gonna get up here and get around for the day. I'm gonna have Annette here make something. Can she make some food here? We need flour. I think Marilda has flour on her. She does. I'm gonna put this directly into the pantry because I think if it's in the pantry, then anybody can use it. So I'm going to have Annette go ahead and make those bread, and then she can make the cheese. Oh, the cow is unhappy. So he can feed this cow and clean this cow. And then he's going to have to clean this shed and refill. And then I'm going to have Marilda come out here and clean the coop, and she can scatter the feed and collect the eggs. I'm gonna have Christina go ahead and take care of this little sheep here, I think. And here is Christina taking care of the sheep. Where is the sheep, yo? Oh, the sheep is under her dress. I do think the animation is off a bit. Oh, we got a hatchable egg. Quick, we got a hatchable egg. I'm gonna have her go ahead and hatch that. incubate in the coop. So far, we've got 1 chick, 2 hens, and 1 rooster. So that is good. And oh, this horsey is sad. It's so sad. And the goat is happy, full, and content, and he's taking care of that. And once he's done, I'm going to have him come over here, and he's going to clean him. We're going to cheer him up. We're going to talk to him, and we are going to brush his coat. And she's feeling passionate, this one. Alicanto Whirly? What? The voices are talking in the language of love. Oh, no. Marilda is going to come over here and clean up this manure. Oh, she got the bread and cheese done. And she can make her cheese and meat and bread. Okay, this is used and dry. I'm going to have her put those, Rose can put those clothes away. And then I'm going to have Annette. Annette is going to go ahead and she is going to wash these clothes here. Do laundry, wash them in the tub. I think we've got all of the animals pretty much taken care of. The sheep needs a little bit more attention. So I'm going to have Christina come over here and socialize with them, tell some jokes and play with the sheep. And she can take care of these adorable sheep. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about our garden. We do have our garden out here as well. Marilda's not doing anything, and it looks like we got some things to do. This one's got to go to dispose of that and dispose of that. And I think these are ready. I'm gonna have her go ahead and harvest all of this stuff. Oh, she likes gardening. Rose does. We're going to hug this horsey. He's like, I love you, horsey, so much. Oh my gosh, how cute. How cute is this? Oh, he doesn't want the bottle. Wait, maybe he's so used to the grass now because he has been eating the grass. Maybe we can ask him to play. Oh, they are filthy and soaked. We're gonna have to rewash these, yo. And these girls are out here just chatting. They're doing... Rose is working hard in the garden. Marilda's overseeing everything. And oh, here comes Edric to join them. And meanwhile, Annette is busy in the house. And she is just scrubbing so hard right here. Oh, and this dog is so sad. He needs some attention. He wants to play. So I'm going to have her. She is feeling wounded. She's chatting with Rose. But I'm going to have her come over here and give this dog a hug. And confide her problems to the dog, and she is going to talk with the dog. We're just going to spend some time with Honeydew here a bit, and I'm going to have Marilda come over here and do some grape juice maybe there. Annette here is dying. She's like quickly failing here at life, and so I'm going to have her come get something to eat. And Rose is that Rose is done in the bath? Edric needs to go for a bath now. Why do we have so much water right here? Marilda has acquired her first bottle of grape nectar. Very good. Wait, I'm going to have her... I don't know what all this is from, but I'm going to have her mop like mad. We will put this in here. It is poor quality. We're just going to put that in there. Oh, and now we got a negative there. I'm going to make her clean this stuff up. She was just fighting and arguing with her sister. And oh, this one is miserable. What happened? What is all this water everywhere? What's leaking? Did a pipe burst? I don't know what's going on. And now she got it all cleaned up pretty much. We still have this over here, Christina. She's so sad. She's still feeling sad from her sister. Oh my gosh, she's got all the colors here. She's got, how are we even family? She was just arguing with Rose, I think, and she's wounded and feeling hurt. So let's come over here to Rose. And yeah, so she is, it was coming down and now it's back up again. They were fighting again. She's gonna try and start a friendly conversation of art. So I don't know how, I don't know what happened, but I think the sink might have broke and it just didn't, you know, look that way. So I have to move this out of the way in order for them to get to this. They can't have anything in the way, apparently, to mop it up. Okay, she got that finally. I feel like that took so long. And I'm gonna make Edric clean this all up here. And apparently she is feeling insecure. So I'm gonna have Edric come in here. They're gonna spend a little time together instead of playing archery. He's actually gonna come in here and he is gonna gossip because he loves to gossip. But he's just going to let his wife know that she should not feel insecure And we're just going to compliment her appearance. We're going to profess our undying love. Oh, Annette, you're so beautiful. You have nothing to feel insecure about. You are the only one for me. Oh, and he's feeling silly and he wants to hold hands with Annette. So we'll go ahead and have him do that. He's like, oh, Annette, you're so beautiful. You have nothing to worry about. And now she is feeling much better. All right. So what I'm going to do is it is getting a little bit late. And so we're going to have him go ahead and try for a baby. It has been a full day, I think, almost. So we'll go ahead and try for a baby. Oh, Marilda's mom has come over. She come over so late. Oh my gosh, this dog just threw up everywhere. And she has completely satisfied from spectacular woohooing. She's gonna have a lot of laundry to do in the morning, that's for sure. I'm gonna send them all off to bed. It is getting kind of late. This one needs to go for a bath. And here Marilda's talking to her mother a little bit. Oh, and then Christina is so upset. I'm actually going to have her go to bed now. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. So I'm going to pause it. I forgot to mention, I wanted to point out something. So I decided not to count them as side families. So this is Marilda's family. And then we have Simon's family over here. That's getting to be like way kind of out there. I'm just going to account our immediate families that have been our side families from the beginning. So I'm not going to count any Sims that I add in from you guys unless they get married to one of our family members. But like her younger brother, I could have rolled to see if he was going off to war, and her dad, but I decided not to. It's just a lot of Sims. It's a lot of Sims. So to save me from my headache, I'm only counting the families that we're playing with, our immediate family, the ones living here, like Cleary, all of those, the founding, starting families and the founding side families is what I'm going to count. So I'm not going to do anything with the Bennetts. Yeah, her mom comes over quite a bit, and that I'm just going to leave it. And not going to do anything with his dad, Simon's dad, or his brother, I think, that's living in Dulcel Valley. I'm not even sure. Or we have also the king and queen. I did the last time add them to see if they were going to go off to war, just because I didn't have that many Sims at that time. But now we have a lot of Sims, and we had a lot of children that aged up into teens. So that gave us a lot more men to choose from. So that's why I didn't roll for them, because we just, as you saw, we had a lot of Sims. So that is going to be it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, it would be amazing if you did. And also don't forget to click the little bell to get notified whenever I have a video go up. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.